Now, before we start sum number 28, it is necessary to understand the certain concept of the irrational numbers. Particularly in this lesson, we most of the cases deal with the algebraic irrational number. So, square root of 2, cube root of 5, square root of 7, square root of 8, square root of 10, all these are called the algebraic irrational number. In general, any algebraic irrational number can be expressed as nth root of a. Nth root of a. Now, that is important how to express nth root of a in an exponential form. So here, nth root of a can be expressed as a raised to 1 by n. For example, if root 2 is given, we can express root 2 as a 2 raised to 1 by 2. Suppose if root 5 is given, root 5 of 7 is given, it can be expressed as 7 raised to 1 by 5, where root of the value is expressed as 1 upon the value. Suppose if 5 square root 3 is given, then how could you express it? Yes, it is 5 square whole raised to 1 by 3. Okay, so here you multiply 2 with 1. So what do you get? 5 raised to 2 by 3. Understood? That is the first concept. Any algebraic irrational number can be expressed as a nth root of a, which is equal to a raised to 1 by n. Understood? Okay, now we learn how to add, subtract, multiply and divide different algebraic irrational number. As we know, addition and subtraction for the algebraic expression is only possible if the terms are like. For example, x plus 2x plus 5x. Here x plus 2x plus 5x are the like terms because they have the same variable as well as their degrees are also same, 1. So, what we do? We just add the exponent and get the answer. 1 plus 2, 3 plus 5, that is 8, and keep the variable as it is x. So, sum is 8x. Same way, when we deal with algebraic irrational number, for example, root 2 plus 3 root 5 plus 2 root 7, it is necessary that their degree and the number, that is their base, must be same. Then we add it like we add in algebraic expression for the like terms. Here you find that root 2, root 5, root 7 have the same degree, that is root. Okay, they have the same degree, that is root. But the values are different, their base are different, 2, 5 and 7. So they are not like algebraic irrationals. So suppose if I write root 2 and here I write 3 root 2 and here I write 2 root 2. Then what happens? Then here the base, that is 2, is common for all, as well as the degree, that is their root, root 2 and root 2. So now they become a like algebraic irrational. So you can easily add them by adding their coefficient and put the algebraic irrational number as it is. So here 1 root 2 plus 3 root 2, that is 4 root 2, 4 root 2 plus 2 root 2, that is 6 root 2. So we can add up to get 6 root 2. Same way, Same way we can do with the subtraction also. Suppose root 7 minus 4 root 7. You can find that base are same, roots are also same. So like we do in the like terms, we can say 1 root 7 minus 4 root 7, that is plus minus minus greater number sign. So we can say minus 3 root 7 as it is. And that's why this type of irrational numbers are considered to be algebraic irrational numbers. Okay student, now let us learn rules of multiplication and division for algebraic irrational number. Let us see. Suppose root A into root B is given. Here both algebraic irrationals have same root, square root. Even though their bases are different, you can multiply as whole square root of A into B. For example, root 2 into root 3. Here you only have to see the root must be same. Either it is square root or cube root or fifth root or seventh root. The value of the numbers having the same root. Then you put whole root and multiply the values. 2 into 3. Your answer is root 6. Suppose cube root of 5 into cube root of 25. Cube root of 5 into cube root of 25. Here you find that both the values have same root, that is cube root. So simply you put whole cube root of 5 into 25, that is whole cube root of 25 5s are 125. You know that cube root of 125 is 5. So that is the simple rule for the multiplication. Same rule is also applied for the division. Suppose square root of 125 divided by square root of 5 is given to you. And here you have to see that the same root, both the values have the same root. So you can put whole square root of 125 by 5. 525 are 125, and you know that square root of 25 is 5. Very simple. Just have to see the value have the same root or the same root exponent. Then only you can multiply and put it into the whole root form and simplify it if it is possible. Very simple. Hope you can understand this. And now we are just going to discuss about the new concept, that is the concept of the surds. First of understand what is surds. Surds are different irrational values. Either they are purely irrational or they are combination of rational and irrational values. Suppose if you take root 2, cube root of 7, fifth root of 7, cube root of 5, then these are purely irrational values. So these are called the simple surds. But if you express the combination of rational and irrational, then suppose 2 root 3, 5 minus 2 root 5, 7 plus root 3, 4 root 3. So these are the combination of rational and irrational. Here 2 is rational, root 3 is irrational, 5 is rational, 2 is rational, but root 5 is irrational, 7 is rational, but here cube root of 4 is irrational. So that is a combination of rational and irrational. Then such sets are called compound sets. Okay, now we talk about the concept of the rationalization. So first of all, it is important to understand what is rationalization. When any irrational number is multiplied with another irrational number, and by multiplying that two numbers we get certain rational number. So by multiplying one irrational number with another irrational number to obtain a rational number, the process is called rationalization. For example, root a is an irrational number. If you multiply root a with again root a, I will get square root of a square. If I simplify a square, as you know, square root, that is raised to 1 by 2. So that will be the number itself, a. So square root square become number itself, or square of the square root is number itself. So the process in which root a is an irrational number, I multiply that irrational with another irrational number root a, and the product become rational number, that is a. The whole process is called rationalization. For example, if root 8 is given, if I multiply root 8 with root 2, then I get root 8 into 2, that is root 16. And as you know, root 16, that is 4. So root a is an irrational. I multiply root 8 with root 2, that is also irrational. But their product, that is 4, that becomes rational. So by multiplying any irrational value with certain irrational value to obtain their product as a rational value, then that process is called rationalization. So generally, whenever any irrational value is given, like root 5, root 3, root 7, root 10, you simply multiply the same irrational value again for the root, and root 5 into root 5, that becomes 5, because you can write it as a root 5 whole square, and you know that root 5, that is 5 raised to 1 by 2 into 2, 2 cut, so it will be 5. So generally, whenever any irrational value is in an algebraic form, if you multiply the same algebraic form again, it automatically gets rationalized. Similarly, we get root 3 into root 3 as 3, root 7 into root 7 as 7, root 10 into root 10 as 10. So by multiplying the same value again, it gets rationalized to 3, 7 and 10. Understood? Now, if any compound search is given and you want to rationalize, what do you do? Let us now we discuss how to rationalize compound search. You know about the identity which we had learned before in 8th standard. Might be you remember. When there are two binomials multiplied, in that binomials terms are same, AB, but the sign between them are opposite. One having minus sign between them, another having plus sign between them. When you multiply such kind of binomial together, what do you write? Square of first minus square of second. That is a square minus b square. We utilize the same thing, the same identity for rationalizing certain algebraic irrational search. Let us see. Suppose one search is given 2 minus root 3. I want to rationalize it. As you see, 2 minus root 3, there are two terms. Sign between them is minus. If I want to rationalize it, my priority is to remove root from 3. So, what should I do? Simply, I apply the concept of the identity which we had learned here. A minus b into a plus b equal to a square minus b square. So, what should I do? I just multiply 2 minus root 3 with another search, that is 2 plus root 3. Now simply apply the identity. What do I get? Square of 2 minus square of root 3. So finally 4 minus 3, 1. So to rationalize search 2 minus 3, I have to multiply 2 plus 2 minus root 3. Sorry, to rationalize the search 2 minus root 3, I have to multiply another search of 2 plus root 3 with that. And due to that, once I simplify, I will get the rational value. So, the new search which I multiply to the given search to get rationalized value, that the new search 2 plus root 3 is called the conjugated search. This one is called the conjugated search of 2 minus root. Okay, then see sum number 28. Find the value of a and b if 7 plus root 5 upon 7 minus root 5 minus 7 minus root 5 upon 7 plus root 5 is equal to a plus 7 by 11 root 5 b is given. So to obtain the value of a and b, it is necessary to solve the left hand side part first and just getting it into the final form, and then that final form has to be compared with the right hand side to get the value of a and b. So let us start with left hand side. 7 plus root 5 upon 7 minus root 5 minus 7 minus root 5 upon 7 plus root 5. Now there are two ways to solve this part. One method in which we can rationalize individual denominator of the term. There are two terms. We can rationalize individual denominator of each term in such a way that the original value does not change. Or we can also solve it by taking the LCM of the denominator. Okay, so let us take LCM of the denominator. So LCM is 7 minus root 5 into 7 plus root 5. Because for the both the term denominator are different, so their product becomes the LCM. Okay, so here to obtain, for the first term, to obtain 7 minus root 5 into 7 plus root 5, 7 plus root 5 is missing. Okay, so we have to multiply the numerator of the first term with 7 plus root 5. So that become 7 plus root 5 whole square minus, same way in the denominator of the second term to obtain 7 minus root 5 into 7 plus root 5, 7 minus root 5 is missing. So we have to multiply the numerator of the second term by 7 minus root 5 again. So it is 7 minus root 5 whole square. Already in the whole denominator their product is put. Now simplify the numerator part. It is like identity a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square. You know that a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, and same way a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, we utilize these two identity to simplify the numerator. So first of all, we simplify 7 plus root 5 whole square. So that is 7 square plus 2 into first into second, 2 into 7 into root 5 plus square of the second, that is root 5 whole square, minus, keep one bracket, square of 7 minus 2 into first into second, 7 into root 5 plus root 5 whole square divided by, you can also simplify the denominator. It is like 7 minus root 5, 7 plus root 5, 7 minus root 5 into 7 plus root 5. As you know, both are the conjugated surds. You know the rule of rationalization. When the two conjugated surds are multiplied, it gives the rational value. So it is like a minus b into a plus b. So final form is a square minus b square. So what do you get here? 7 square minus root 5 square. Okay. So what do you get here? 49 minus root 5 square is 5. Here you simplify. What do you get? 49 plus 7 to the 14 root 5. Root 5 we keep as it is. Plus root 5 square, that is 5, minus into bracket 49 minus 14 root 5 plus 5. Resolve the bracket of the numerator. 49 plus 14 root 5 plus 5. When you resolve the bracket, the sign will change to minus 49 plus 14 root 5 minus 5 divided by 44. 49, 49 cut, plus 49 minus 49. Plus 5 minus 5 cut. So 14 root 5 plus 14 root 5 left. Both are the like surds, like values. So 14 plus 14, 28 root 5 as we studied before. So that is 28 root 5 divided by 44. Reduce it to 4 7s are, 4 11s are. So what do you get? 7 root 5 upon 11. Now compare the final form of left hand side with the right hand side. So what do you get? 7 by 11 root 5 equal to a plus 7 by 11 root 5b. Okay, so if you want to write 7 by 11 root 5 in a plus b form, there is a no a, there is a no first term. So we consider it as a 0. So you can write the 7 by 11 root 5 as 0 plus 7 by 11 root 5 as it is. in a second term. Okay, but here 7 by 11 root 5 is multiplied with b. So there is no b. So we know that we can multiply it as a, it's automatically by default is a multiple of 1. So 7 by 11 root 5 multiplied by 1. Okay, so it is again compared with a plus 7 by 11 root 5 b. So now if you compare both sides, you come to know what is a, that is 0, and what is b, that is 7 by 11 root 5 as it is, and b, that is 1. So the value of a and b are 0 and 1 respectively. I hope you can understand.